Hi everybody, welcome back to St James's Park. Fantastic to have you with us. Also fantastic to have the man of the hour, Eddie Howe, Newcastle United manager, with us. Good to see you. Hey! Listen, forget the suit, you don't need it. That was spectacular.
Yeah, we're really pleased. It was a brilliant effort from the players. I mean, the commitment they gave, very, very difficult game. There was, cat and mouse really between the two teams. We were trying to press them, they were trying to play through us, and we were successful a couple of times that led to big goals for us. So, yeah, delighted with the players' commitment.
But you stuck to the same game plan, didn't you? I thought you was going to be a little bit more cautious, but I've seen Trippier on every occasion trying to overlap.
Yeah, we made it as clear as we could to the players. We just want to be ourselves. We felt when we played Milan away from home, we weren't quite where we needed to be, but I think that's probably expected after we had 3 defeats previously to that game. I think we came here in a lot more confident mood. We really wanted to just be ourselves, and we'll take then whatever the result is. And full credit to the players. Easy for me to say it, but they've got to go and deliver it against world-class players, and I thought we were very, very good defensively.
I mean, looking at the energy and the intensity that you've played with since you've come in, obviously we saw that in evidence tonight. I mean, do you really go for that even more in terms of your coaching because of who you're managing in terms of this city and the energy you can get, and you can use the crowd? I was from a similar type of club in terms of Liverpool. We always try to use the crowd. Is that in the back of your mind when you're actually thinking how you can set your team up?
I think in every team talk I mentioned the crowd because they are so powerful, and if we don't use the crowd, if we play a style of football that they're not going to get involved in the game, I think we're missing a trick. So we try and use their energy to help the players implement what we want, but also I think we've got players that suit that style. So of course we've recruited some of them to help us do that, and I think the energy and the athleticism we've got in the team certainly suits us.
But seeing your captain Kieran Trippier, he mentioned the role he played tonight. I mean, can you quite believe that this man kept him out the Manchester City youth team?
Always comes back to you.
It has to. Big Meeks.
Moving on.
Are you on the back of the first game in Milan, obviously, where you were a bit cautious, and then today much more brave? When you look ahead to the next couple of games, are you going to be equally as brave and stay within yourself, or with 4 points now, are you now going to start and be a bit more tactical?
I think here at home, I don't think we have a choice, in my opinion, of how we need to play to try and best get results. Away from home, look, we'll always look at our opponent and then try and pick our game plan of what we're going to do. But we have a style of play I think it's very difficult to chop and change from game to game. I don't believe in that way of working. I believe in trying to be as consistent as we can for the players so they can execute the best of their ability what we're asking them to deliver.
Also, this is the first time you're in the Champions League, so you've got the Champions League, the Premier League. From last season, a lot of expectations to how you do in the Premier League. How difficult is it for you to sort of manage it and juggle it around, get players fit, get players rested?
Yeah, the downside of today was that the squad was very thin. So we were missing a big group of players who were so important for us, and that took away our ability really in-game to change too much. And we're going to need those players back for the Premier League because we have such a busy spell. We're playing 3 times a week, every week, really, for the whole season. So yeah, we have challenges ahead, but I think it's just small steps for us. It's just now it's all about the next game and trying to perform against West Ham.
Eddie, how pleased were you with the fact that, I mean, Sean Longstaff, I mean, he gets the 3rd goal. I mean, at times this season as well, has been talked that he may not be in the team. Obviously, Tonali comes in, but that energy he provides for you. So the last season we saw tonight must have been a great moment for him, but also being a local lad at the Gallagher and getting that goal.
He's performed brilliantly for me since I've been here. Very, very reliable. Very. There he is.
He's got the shirt. He's got a Mbappé shirt. Well done. Amazing.
Well done.
What's up, Jacob?
Okay, well done, mate. Brilliant.
See you in a bit.
Well done.
I've forgotten where we were there. See you later. He's just walking off. I've forgotten what I said.
Sean Longstaff.
And his energy.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been incredible. He has a really high level of understanding of what we want to do, how we want to play. He's got that relentless energy. He just doesn't stop running. And you see here for his goal, that's a trademark Sean Longstaff move. And a great finish and a great moment for him because he's had it tough at this football club. It's not always been easy for him, and he's had to really fight to to stay with the club, and he fully deserves it. He's been magnificent.
What I really loved about that goal was obviously we've got Eddie Howe here, top manager in the Champions League, and as the goal's coming in, Mikey Richards is actually telling him where his own players are going.
I was just showing him the movement of Trippier to
I'm sure he's well aware of it, you know what I mean?
No, but yeah, I just wanted to highlight it.
You want me to talk about the goal a bit more? Sorry, I lost my cue, but it was we're very good down that side of the pitch, and really good pass from
Can we
Tripp.
talk about the fourth? Share. That strike.
Well, that's typical Fabian. He has the ability, if you to put a show reel of his best goals in his career, that they're usually outstanding strikes. And he said he didn't see it. He said he was sort of on the floor, but yeah, what a finish. I mean, he's not your conventional centre-half. He can do things like that, which, as me and you know, Joe, most centre-halves can't do that. Centre-halves can't do that.
I mean, what a way to finish. What a night.
Eddie, can we just say thank you? What a human, what a coach. And we wish you all the best here at CBS.
You're a gentleman.
What a
Thank you very
human.
much.
Are we human? Or are we dancing?
I'm not going to say.
Thank you so much, Eddie Howe. Good to
Thank
see you.
you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Okay, we are going to. I love that you feel like you speak on the behalf of CBS.
Yes.
I speak for all of CBS when I say.
It's Big Meat Show, isn't it? We do what we want.
All right, well, the Big Meat Show will continue after a very short break. We'll be right back with what have we got, Mike, as your show.
A little bit of analysis. We'll probably look forward to the next time. Group.
Yeah.
In the mixer?
Maybe.
What do you think?
No, we'll wait for Thierry.
Okay.
We'll wait
problem.
for Thierry.
All right.
Gonna throw to the break?
Thank you very much. That's great. It's just what I said. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome along. Fantastic to have you with us. Kate Abdo, Peter Schmeichel, Jamie Carragher, Micah Richards, enjoying ourselves in a mild rain here in the northeast. Good to be here, though. Let's take you through some of the action from this game between Newcastle and PSG. First goal fell for Newcastle, and that already kind of set the tone, right, Jamie?
Yeah, it did. PSG started okay. They were knocking the ball around, and I think they got a little bit cocky. I think he would have come into this game knowing that Newcastle would press, would be aggressive, but he made a few passes early on, and a really poor mistake from Marquinhos there. Poor pass. Isak could probably be disappointed. He should score, really. Great save from the goalkeeper. But MRBEAR was absolutely fantastic. We highlighted him before the game. When they win the ball, he's on his toes, really sharp, and that's a fantastic finish. He uses the defender, puts it the other side of him, so the goalkeeper's got no chance.
This is the second goal. It's really well deserved. They played so well in the first half, put a lot of pressure on PSG. Donnarumma here playing a main role. That's a fantastic save. The only thing is, though, the ball is 3 or 4 feet in. VAR looked at it. They looked at this incident here. Is that a handball? I think it is. I think it should have been given as a foul. Then they looked at offside. Was she offside? Well, they deemed him not to be, and then there we see the ball is clearly in. We see, I mean, this is a fantastic header. Well done, Dan Burn. And here, confirmation that he wasn't offside. So 2-0, comfortable lead.
Wow.
That
What
was
a
a Dan
moment
Burn,
for
local
Burn.
lad from Newcastle. It would be a local lad who scored the next goal as well, Mike. A great story. Sean Longstaff with the third.
Longstaff, it was so interesting because when we spoke to Trippier before, he said he was going to play his normal game. And just as he come into the picture here, he's not worried about Mbappe. He's going to get forward and do what he does for this team. And if you look at Longstaff, he just times his run to perfection. And Peter, we have to talk about the goalkeeper on the second angle here. I've mentioned the good work from Newcastle, but should he save it?
Well, this is early on in the second half. We'll talk about Donnarumma as one of the best goalkeepers in the world. He should never let that ball go in the back of the net. This is poor goalkeeping. And, in fact, that was the end of the game.
Confidence.
PSG did get a goal back, though, so you thought potentially could we maybe see a comeback here. Lucas Hernandez with that goal to make it 3-1.
Yeah, well, I was banging on about Kylian Mbappe tonight. Wasn't his night. But they still did play some good stuff at times, PSG. Lovely movement. But I just wanted to look at the run here from Lucas Hernandez. Lovely little pass, and it's just a composed header. I mean, as a fullback, getting into them areas here, you can see he is clearly onside. The semi-automatic, I think we need this in the Premier League, don't we, Jamie? But yeah, onside, lovely move from PSG. And we thought, could they have a comeback? It wasn't meant to be, Kate. Not today, but it was a
great run, great finish. But what about the pass, my God?
Forget the pass, because we got the two,
What's
man.
up?
way.
Congrats, well done.
Hey, what's happening?
We got
How are we?
the local accent.
How are we?
Fantastic. Dan Renshaw and Longstaff, good to have you with us. How does this feel?
Yeah, amazing. Surreal. Can't believe it's really happened, but what a night. It's great to have the Champions League back here. And go and put a performance on like that's amazing.
Sport Bible, a very popular account here in the UK and internationally in sports. We can read you a
Good looking lads there, huh?
St. Dan and Sean Longstaff have both scored against growing up and not seeing their side even play in the competition. Dreamland for two boyhood Newcastle fans. Can you enjoy this as fans as well?
Yeah, I think you've got to. It would have been amazing being up in the stands watching that tonight, but we managed to go one better and play. So, yeah, I'm speechless, to be honest. I don't really know what to say.
Have you ever actually watched Newcastle play in the Champions League?
Yeah, I saw Andy Griffin score against Juventus. I roll that one out every interview.
All your supporters.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm a bit like him, a bit speechless, I think. Just remember sort of running through and just thinking, shooting. Yeah, look, hit the target. I had about 10 of them yesterday and missed every single one. So the fact it went in, I was so surprised.
Well, tell us about it. We're going to have a little look at it now. So Kieran puts a nice ball through. What are you thinking?
I'm just thinking, just smash it as hard as I can. Yeah, luckily he sort of got a hand on it and it went through. I probably should have saved it, but I'll take it.
What about your goal? I mean, there was a long wait before it was given. Did you know what they were looking at?
No, I saw the offside flag go up, so I was a bit annoyed at Bruno, to be honest, because he shot the first one and he should have played it back post. But
I think they're looking. There's a handball here,
yeah,
and you'll see that. That was the first thing they looked at. Then the second thing
is
there was
rage in there.
This
got across it, and as soon as he hung it up, I was like, oh, I'm going for this. I knew it was in straight away, but
you're like Alan Shearer there.
Unbelievable. The longer it goes on, I was like, please.
You see the handball here?
Yeah.
Oh. Very often that get given, but not today.
There was a couple last night got given crazy handballs, but yeah, no, just buzzing. Just what you dream of being a kid, managing to score for your hometown club in the Champions League. It's crazy. What, like a salmon there?
It's got to be.
You've got some leap for a big man, haven't you?
Unbelievable. Hey, I need more of them, though.
He is 6'12".
Well, tonight, American audience.
Yes.
They don't know too much about Newcastle yourselves, but also Greggs. We had a real section on Greggs. I mean, that's a big thing up in Newcastle, isn't it? You like your pies, your pasties, your sausage rolls.
Yeah, Greggs is massive. I thought...
Bigger than you?
Yeah, I don't mind the Greggs, but maybe we'll have a bit to celebrate tonight.
Oh, well, so Micah yesterday on the show was asked, what's the culture here in Newcastle? And his answer was, the culture is drinking. Will you two be drinking tonight?
My dad definitely will. I'm looking at him up there. I think he's absolutely smashed.
Where's
Where
is he?
They're up there waving down.
Oh, he is definitely.
Oh, you'll
drinking,
be crying and smashing.
How cool
What
does that
about-
feel
what
to
about
have your
this
dad
crowd?
in the stands watching this game?
Yeah, everyone's up there. Mum, dad, brother, little brother, sister, auntie, uncle, nana, grandpa.
They're waving. You have to wave back.
I know. I don't.
What
think
about this
I couldn't
crowd?
get
We've
enough
been
tickets.
talking a lot about this crowd.
Yeah.
What was it like to play in front of this?
Yeah, crazy. I think we say we're a very working class city, so the work all week to come here and support, and I have to say the atmosphere is electric here all the time. I know that they were giving a bit of banter about saying that teams would be frightened to come here, but genuinely we feel unstoppable when we play at home. Yeah, it's electric.
Can I just jump in?
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know the lads too well, but I just wanted to mention this. Sean, how long ago was it I gave you a call? What's that now? 12 months ago?
Yeah, and a half
so
ago.
basically, my son was going through a few injury problems. He'd been through similar ones, didn't know him, got hold of his number, stayed in touch, brilliant on the phone. You know, and we spoke about, basically, as a footballer, you have ups and downs, and you get rewards if you put your work in. And tonight, mate, is your reward for, one, coming through the injury, but also the help that you give me and my son. So I thank you for that.
I
Very
appreciate
cool.
it.
Have you blocked him yet?
What about, I mean, speaking about ups and downs, your personal story is super interesting as well. You were here at the academy, you got let go age, what, 13?
Yeah, 12, 13.
And now here you are back however many years later playing for the club, representing them on the biggest stage in Europe. What does that mean to you? What does it feel like?
It's a dream. I remember when the takeover happened, I was out with my dad and I was like, yeah, I think that's me done now. I don't think I'll get to Newcastle. And then 3 months later, I was signed on deadline day, and it's just been like straight up from there. Yeah, I couldn't have asked for a better time to be part of the club, and it's great to play with fellow Geordies as well.
What about these next games that you've got coming up? How much are you looking forward to them, and some of the places that you're going to be going to, playing at PSG, playing at AC Milan?
It'll be amazing, but I think we're just going to celebrate tonight first and
Celebration.
get to them when we get there. But I was saying to him walking here before, I'm actually so buzzing because me and Nick Pope watch these TikToks every single morning. And I swear to God.
We're going to create another one. We're going to create another one. Because this man, when Newcastle qualified for the Champions League, he did a dance. Come on. You're in the middle. We're doing it with you. Show us. How's it go? How's it go? We're going to smash the internet. TikTok, here we come.
Unbelievable, man.
Brilliant, mate.
Congratulations.
Really nice to meet you. I'm really happy for you.
Well done.
Thank you guys so much.
Well done. All the best.
Oh.
Left because I'm
No,
too
I
old,
know.
I'm
I
too
get
old
it.
for that.
I get it. Any chance?
That's what we
Any
do
down with the
chance?
kids.
Hey, that's
Oh,
what we
they
do on
look good.
CBS. We're the best of the best. We get the interviews, we get the serious, we get the banter, the chemistry, we got everything.
The humility.
Cheers. Cheers. Come deep there.
Oh, what? I'm saying the group, CBS, you know.
Really.
Anyways. Yes.
Who are you speaking to?
Speaking to the producer, he's shouting at me. We saved the best goal till last. Let's take a look
As a
at it.
defender, should we split it up?
Oh, honestly.
Because it was a tackle goal, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Jamie?
me and Big Meeks were in the crowd. We knew it was in, I think, before everyone. We were at the other end of the stadium. We were right behind it, weren't we?
Yeah.
I cannot believe you're trying to take credit for that goal.
Oh, look at that. Wow.
The bend, the curl,
Look at
the
that.
swerve.
That has got everything.
So precise. Keeper had no chance. Wow.
Wow.
Top max.
I mean, what a goal to finish it off, Peter.
Yeah, and you know, you're up against one of the biggest goalkeepers in the world. This guy is massive, 7 foot or something like that. Nowhere near the ball. I mean, when it goes right, it really goes right. Everything went right for Newcastle today.
As I said, 2 points from 2 games. Not the worst start, but obviously they've got a bit to do now. Milan with obviously both of these teams picking up 3 points.
Ooh, take a look at that group. Got to feel good to be Newcastle right now. 1 point advantage over PSG. And then ahead of Milan and Dortmund as well. Difficult group, that one, Group F. OK, we're going to go to a very quick break. We will be right.
Time. Shall we get straight into it? Well, I mean, we've all caught our breath. He's nearly lost his voice.
That's not easy. My eardrums have taken a beating.
I'm struggling. Listen, after going 2-0 up at half-time, we thought that maybe PSG might go in, have a little bit of a reaction, have a talking to from Luis Enrique. Second half, they came out. Newcastle got the goal away fairly early. How much did it not kill off PSG? But how much of a statement did that make to keep that confidence up? Well,
It started from the first whistle. Anthony Gordon setting the tone, the whole team behind him, making sure they press, and that set the tone for the whole game. This is the first part of it. You're looking at it and you're going, you know what? What's he doing? First part of the game, first minute of the game, first phase of the game. You're in a good position, and all of a sudden the ball's back at your goalkeeper. You give Newcastle a chance to really, really get this crowd up, and look how pumped he is there. That sets a tone then, and all of a sudden, the start of the second half, you think, you know what? Like you say, Paris Saint-Germain could come out and start and do well. They give the ball away 3 times in 20 seconds here. Really, really, really bad starts to each half, and then they end up getting punished. This one leads to the goal here. Slack, lazy, lack of concentration, focus, all of the above. But then that's the opposite when you look at a Newcastle team. Simply, truly focused, concentrated and dynamic in the way, and aggressive.
And we highlight Longstaff there in the whole way through, and no one even went with him. No one was anywhere near him. And he's been encouraged to get into the box, Laura, and you can see the run here, and he's been encouraged to shoot. I mean, Donnarumma will be disappointed as a goalkeeper not to save it, but taking nothing away from Longstaff and having that confidence to have a shot from that angle.
That's exactly what it is, the confidence. And I suppose you get that from being part of a team tonight that are playing St James's Park in front of this crowd. There's other performances that we must talk about as well. So Shah, who'd already had a brilliant game as well, decided that he fancied getting in on it too. And that was it really, 4-1, and it just killed off everything.
Yeah, and listen, I think every player we spoke about had to be perfect on a night like today. But again, this is a 95th minute. Look at the press. Look at the bodies up the pitch. Man for man, everywhere on the pitch. No fear. Absolute focus on getting the job done. There's a game plan. We're not going to go away from it. Physically, we're capable. Mentally, we're capable. And then this is the icing on the cake, Shane.
Well, that's inspiring, Ray. And you say late on in the game, you think you'll be sitting back defending a 3-1 lead. The last thing you want to do is give away another goal to Paris Saint-Germain. They're high up the pitch. They're all over Paris Saint-Germain. They can't get out again, and that just tops up a brilliant performance from Cher. We mentioned Lascelles already, but Cher next to him was brilliant again tonight, and that was the icing on the cake with the goal.
Obviously, we're going to be looking at the goals, but I wanted to talk to you about the defensive performance as well. Whereas, obviously, everyone in Newcastle was outstanding. PSG didn't quite seem at the races today. What was it? Was it a tactical mistake? Was it the fact that they underestimated Newcastle, do you think?
Yeah, maybe a little bit of both, but tactically you have to get it right on the big stage, and if you don't, you get punished a lot of the time, especially when you're in an atmosphere, cauldron like this. And I think the way that Paris Saint-Germain approached this game, 4-2-4, light in midfield, lightweight, with a young 17-year-old as well, playing 4 players up the pitch at all points, they got punished today.
Welcome back to St James's Park. Aren't you glad that you stayed with us? We told you we get some reaction. No more than the big man, Dan Burn. Oh my goodness. Congratulations, Dan. I know you've had a couple of minutes now for it all to settle in. What was that like?
Yeah, crazy. It hasn't really sunk in, to be honest. I'm a bit speechless, but we said that we sort of wanted to entertain the crowd. I know that away our performance got a bit of a battering, but I knew that when we got a team at home with the crowd behind it was electric, and yeah, did well.
We said it. You almost couldn't have scripted what happened there with all the different storylines, with you being the person that you are and a Geordie boy yourself. What did that feel like to score that goal here?
Yeah, amazing. Obviously, when the offside flag went up, I was absolutely gutted, and then when you can see it's delaying. I'm not going to lie, I was so angry at Bruno for shooting the first one. This one's coming up here, because we always say back post. And then it comes back, and I said, just as soon as it got hung, I was like, oh, I'm going for it.
You peeled off to the back like a young Alan Shearer there, didn't you?
It must have felt like a million miles away. Like this here. This was the moment. This is why it took so long. This is Jamal Lascelles, a little handball there. We're kind of saying Shea basically read the rule book and decided, no, do you know what? It's not intentional, therefore it doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. Listen, I know that you've now had a chance to speak to everybody. Walking away from this tonight in St James's Park, 4-1 against Paris Saint-Germain. I understand you're going to have game plans, but did you ever think it was going to go quite this way?
No, not at all. I think we knew that Paris Saint-Germain weren't going to change the way they play. They're obviously one of the best teams in the world, but we've said that we'll go out and attack every game, and if you're good enough to play through, then that's going to happen, and they did at times tonight, but the times when we do win it high up the pitch, you've got the crowd pushing a lot on, we create chances, and obviously even the last goal, Fabi's goal came from pressing it and scoring.
I looked on we got some research papers, as you know, and looking at your history and the clubs that you've played for. So Darlington, I saw you playing for in the National League. Playing at Darlington, did you in them under them lights? Did you ever think to yourself, you know what, I'm going to be a Champions League player and score a Champions League game at St James's against an elite team like Paris Saint-Germain?
No, not at all. I think you're just trying to survive at that level. I was just desperate to get a professional contract, and then you're just trying to work your way up. Like, as I said, I've had a very up and down career. I was released at Fulham at 25, so to be able to come back and play Champions League football, I'm just sort of very proud.
I was just going to ask you, because you'd done an interview a couple of weeks ago saying you were here as a fan 20 years ago when we played, and we inspired you. I don't know how I can inspire anyway, but
I knew you'd get something like that.
I got something in. I got me involved somehow. But what I'm saying is, how can that go full circle to actually score at St James's Park in the Champions League, as Laura says, against Paris Saint-Germain? I mean, even saying that, the hairs in the back of your neck are up.
No, it's like a dream. It's like I'm waiting for someone to wake us up. Like, ever since I came here, it just seemed to go on like a sort of upward trajectory, and you're waiting for sort of the bubble to pop. But we've got a great group, and I think what the gaffer's done, the philosophy he's brought in, the lads want to work hard for each other every day. So yeah, we deserve this.
Dan, how has he created that? Because we always see it, and you see the energy in your team and the desire and the intensity with which you play, which is going to take you a long way in this tournament here at St James's, I'm sure. How has the manager gone about generating that and sustaining that?
Loads of different stuff. I think you've got to create a good atmosphere. I think the lads that he's brought in, there's a lot of research done whether they're going to add to the group. I think there's no one in there that thinks they're bigger than the team. We know that we're strongest when we're working hard for each other, and probably those 3 games we lost in a row, we might have went away from that a little bit. I think when you get a little bit of success, sort of like you take your foot off the pedal a little bit, but I think the last sort of a month or something, we're getting back to it, and those are the rewards you get tonight.
Quick one, Dan, before we let you go. You're top of the group.
Yes,
group of death.
Good,
everyone said, look, this is, wow, what a shame. Nice for you to come anyway. Wow, can you believe that?
No, I can't. Obviously we said the home games will be the ones that will be able to go and attack. I know we've got Dortmund next, which will be, again, another tough game. I can't even believe I've seen we're playing Dortmund next, to be honest. Just excited. Really
but you don't fear anyone now. Listen, Dan, thank you so much. Amazing individual story for you, but also your teammates and your boss. Go and celebrate. I imagine, hopefully you got the day off tomorrow, right? Thank you. Well done, Dan. Thank you so much.
We'll see you on your 20 family members that you get tickets for every week.
Right, okay. I mean, honestly, like, the fan base here is wild anyway. Tonight is going to be, I think I might just try and find them and join them now. They'll be everywhere, right?
I think he's off to the quayside now, Dan, to meet the family for a few quiet ones.
Absolutely. How'd you sum that up, Shay?
It's very difficult in a short couple of words, but it's just a special night. It's a memorable night. You know, I remember, say, 20 years ago playing against Barcelona. We beat them, and I'm still talking about it today, you know. So they'll be talking about this group of players and this manager for a long time after tonight.
What I've took from this is that Shay's actually inspired this team tonight.
I'm so glad you got it in. Did I inspire
That's twice I got it in, isn't it?
Absolutely incredible. We did say you're going to hear from Eddie Howe, but we're going to have to go off air now. So you can go and watch the highlight show, which is on straight after us. You can hear him, as he said, Kieran Trippier. Well done, Kieran Trippier.
Well
he
done.
wasn't worried at all. He said that pre-match. We're going off air, but congratulations.
He walked away with Kieran with Mbappe. Is that Mbappe's shirt?
No way.
Whose is it?
See. Mbappe.
It's Mbappe's shirt. Perfect. See you later. Good night.
Well done, Trips.
Here at St James's Park. I'm Derek Ray, and joining me here on the commentary box for complete coverage is Lee Dixon. And we're fully convinced this game will live up to its billing. It's Newcastle United against Paris Saint-Germain.
Yeah, thanks as always, Derek. It's a pleasure to be here. Anticipating a really good game today. The atmosphere is great. Certainly buzzing from the spectators' point of view as we head towards kick-off. Hopefully, we won't be disappointed.
Must take the lead here. Fine tackle there to prevent the chance. Miguel Almiron. Saint-Maximin cuts it back. Florenzi. And here is the initial 11 for Paris Saint-Germain. Keylor Navas gets the nod in goal. Presnel Kimpembe plays alongside Marquinhos in central defence. Idrissa Gueye plays alongside Marco Verratti in the engine room. And leading the attack today is Kylian Mbappe. Well, in every football generation, there's a player who stands above mere mortals, and Lionel Messi falls in that category.
Well, I love watching him. He's got quick feet, quick mind. He wants you to come close to you so he can get past you. So as defenders normally stand off him, and then he's got more time to pick the pass he wants, and he normally finds the best one.
Effective challenge. Neymar. And he might be through here. That is a tackle and a half. Short corner favoured. Went in strongly to win the ball. Gueye. Now Messi. But it can't get through. Oh, he's given it away. They all know their roles as they apply the pressure. And threaded through by Mbappe. It comes to absolutely nothing. Shelvey. It's with Joelinton. The attack continues. They're making considerable progress. Surely not out of the woods yet. And a tidy